GV podcast. I have no idea what's happening. He's Duke. I'm Mayhem with Jinsu.
Yo.
I decided that I wanted to screw over these two lovely individuals with another Confused Mayhem real quick. This one is not going to be JoJo. It's not going to be Adventure Time. It's not going to be anything like that. I decided there's a small genre of anime that we haven't stepped into yet, okay? And that genre is video game anime. I mean actual video games.
No. Don't tell me what I think you're going to say. Say the name of it.
Well, that's the thing. It's up to you. So
You didn't know Game No Life?
No. No.
You saved me!
No, he didn't. So you have choices, okay? Choice number 1, okay?
Yeah.
This is going to be the first choice. It is a very beloved show by a lot of people, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is a fan favorite among a lot of people, but it has a lot of haters around it, okay?
I'm worried.
So that's your first choice.
I'm worried.
If it is what I think it is, I'm going to snap your neck.
I'm right there with you.
Next one is a cute show filled with very cute girls. And I don't mean, like, hot girls. I mean cute.
Okay.
Like, they're children.
Okay.
Just filled with adorable little girls. Next show, this one is an isekai.
Okay.
It has a lot of video game elements, per usual, with most isekais nowadays.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of controversy with this one. Plenty.
Oh, there we go. That's the one I know that I think I know what you're talking about.
And then the last one that I can mention, it is also a video game anime, and this time, I'll just tell you right now, it has one of the funniest names.
You're not even going to give me any of the names. Like, give us
No.
any of the names.
No. So, it's your choice.
No.
The popular one, cute girls, the isekai, the controversial isekai, finally funny name.
Well, I'm definitely not picking the one that I know that it is, so I'm going to pick probably the popular one.
Oh,
I guess.
I see.
I
I was so ready to type something. Oh, wow.
Because I know that the third one is the one that we've always been...
Okay, so in other words, I'm going to ask you right now, guess what the title of each of the ones that I mentioned were.
That goddamn time I got reincarnated into a fan
No!
site.
Okay, so...
I know number 3 is Sword Art Online.
It wasn't.
You! Any of them that isn't that one. I don't want that one. I don't want Sword Art Online.
I was gonna say, because
I
guess what the popular one was?
That was Sword Art Online. You threw me off.
So anyway, time to read the summary for Sword Art Online.
No!
You chose it!
No! You manipulative...
Okay, do you want to go with the isekai? Or do you want to go with the one with the funny name? Or the girl?
I swear, if turns out all of these are Sword Art Online,
they're not.
I'm gonna f***ing kill you.
Yeah, because everything you were listening, I was like, Sword Art Online fits in there. Sword Art Online fits in there.
So, it's up to you. So, pick. Okay, because you don't want the first one, obviously. You don't want the popular one. F***ing elitist, obviously. In that case...
If that's what I have to be to know, for people to know that I don't like Sword Art Online, then I'm okay with that.
Okay, fine. Cute girls, isekai, or funny name.
I'm tied between the funny name. Okay.
Funny name. The name of it is Full Dive.
Full Dive.
Yes, but it has an extended name.
Oh, God.
The full name is Full Dive. This ultimate next-gen Full Dive RPG is even shittier than real life.
Okay, yes, I'm pulled in.
Basically, the plot of the show is that he goes into a VR game where you actually feel the pain, and it's like, wow, I really want to quit this, but I hate this game so much I'm gonna finish it.
What?
That's the concept. I hate this game so much I'm gonna finish it.
He's trapped not by the concept of the game, but the fact that he has the determination to not quit.
That's literally the description of, like, he's like, wow, this is terrible. I hate it. It's so shitty. I'm gonna beat it.
What were the names of the other two?
The other ones was Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense.
Oh, I've heard you told me that name before.
And The Rise of the Shield Hero.
Oh God, yeah, definitely not that.
Well, guess what? Those 3 other anime that were listed are going to be in the future.
Ah!
Now that you have that description, I'm going to show you this first season. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Now let's go see a shitty video game.
These are not good things to say. Why would I say this? Then again, I just set up straight up nice boobs, lady.
And we're back, and I hate everything.
Yeah.
Per usual.
What is the full title of it, Duke?
Full Dive. This ultimate next-gen full dive RPG is even shittier than real life.
Yeah, and shittier in the title really helps explain because
So-
It's a comedy. Like it's a
I'm
parody
going...
of the video game genre in anime.
yeah.
I'll start by running us through, because here's a unique thing for this episode. We only saw one episode.
One episode, because that's all it takes for us to say no.
So I'm going to describe this one episode we saw, and then I'm going to ask both of you your thoughts and opinions. You can stop me at any moment to say what you think.
Stop.
I'm going to kill you one day. I'm going to fucking kill you one day.
You keep asking
it.
it.
You said it anytime.
Anytime.
You can't.
So the story is, we start off with a description of all these different VR games, and it mentions, yes, and then there was Full Dive, which broke records for how realistic it was.
But then...
But the people who actually play games hated it, because it was like, why would you play a realistic game? That sucks. And so we go to the modern day, 10 years later, for them. And we've got this kid who they keep alluding to has, like, some tragic backstory of, like, yes, 2 years ago, during your freshman year, you had a terrible life.
Because that's how you talk to people. Man, that thing was really tragic, and I can't believe that happened. Oh my god.
Yes.
But never actually make reference to it at all. Just saying that something terrible happened to you.
We don't speak of the incident.
Du, du, du.
No, I've had people do that in real life, and it's just as annoying.
Yeah, it is. We move on to more people alluding to this event, and then more people alluding to this event, and then a bully comes and steals this guy's money.
Turns out it was the money he needed for the new video game.
Yeah, instead of giving him, like $20 basically in Japanese money, he gives him $100. That is the amount of money he gave him. 10,000 yen. And he then goes to the video game shop, and they say, oh yeah, no, you don't have enough money. You're screwed.
Get out, bitch. We don't serve the poor here.
Which, to be fair, is what they kind of have to do. It's like, oh, you don't have enough money? Okay, bye.
We go to the next scene. It is him, like, looking all sad, walking down the road, because I can't get my video game. And then he runs into an old shop, like old video games, like previous generation video games kind of stuff.
Some rusty, crusty ass shop.
He meets, I do not mean to be crude with this, he meets the biggest tittied woman you'd ever seen.
Like, it doesn't even look real. Like, from the angle when, like, she walks up to him, it looks like it's her rib cage that's, like, expanded. Like, her lungs are too big.
Biggest titty, most broken back bitch.
Back to it, we have constant flashes to her chest. Constant.
There was like a full 10-second, like, stop
and then
stare.
And then the main character literally goes, okay, stop looking. And then it goes right back.
Yeah, he's like, hold on.
Then we get this moment where she decides to go, no. The game that you like is shit. What you gotta try is this game. It is high tier. Just...
This 10-year-old dead game. Here.
She doesn't mention that it's 10 years old until he buys it for 10,000 yen. Once again, $100, leaves with her phone number, and
like somehow she got her number in his phone, and like it's very much like a cougar alert going off, and I hate it.
Don't they even mention that he's basically a kid?
He's like, yeah,
he's like a teenager. He's like just barely graduating high school.
He then leaves the building, goes to a railroad where he's trying to head home, and ends up looking at the case and realizing, oh my god, this is 10 years old. And he's about to break, and he goes, but it was really expensive, and walks home.
But I don't want to waste I've wasted my money, but I want to make sure I go through with it.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing of, like, when you have that really expensive purchase, but it, like, sucks so much, but you don't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
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 I got a cloud figurine.
Oh my.
That shit was $120. I mean, it's a good figure, but it's just in its box.
Most I spend is like $30 to $50.
Times.
You sure?
30, 60, 90, 120.
Shut up. Shut up, bitch.
Duke has a nice figurine case.
Yeah, no, just above our recording area is my collection of figurines. But anyway, we then go off to the house. Hey, Mayhem, what's the first thing we see?
He walks into his house and opens up the laundry room, and there's his sister.
Half naked.
And he just stands there. Like, he doesn't do it. He doesn't close it again or anything like that. He just stands there. And she walks up to the door and is just like, close the door, you weirdo!
Yeah, she literally looks at him and goes, close the door, asshole!
And then he closes it, then he goes and starts up the game, and
No,
it's
she
like, well,
closes
what's the purpose of
She
that?
closes it. He just stands there.
Yeah,
with
she
his
closes
fucking-
it. And it's like, what is the purpose of this?
Nice inclusion.
He's got a sister! Oh my god!
We then move on to when he decides to play the game. It's got a lot of that, like, Sword Art Online vibe with, like, Link Start kind of thing. On the bright side, they're not using microwaves to explain this bullshit. Like, that's legitimately the reason that Sword Art Online, like, them going into the world, they explain, oh, it's microwaves that send your brainwaves into the game.
That would kill you.
First off, yes, and then it's also explained that that's how they kill you.
So we give you brain damage so you can play this game.
We give you brain damage so you can die when you die.
Yeah.
Yes!
Neat, right?
We go on into the game, and it's like, okay, it's got an interesting start, very pretty looking game. Okay, that's fine. There's a goddess that tells him to go to a castle. Okay, fine. That's where it starts.
That's where our journey begins.
Then we get the best friend character, you know, the usual, like, girl next door, kind of love interest type of character, you know. Then we get to go on, and not only do we see this person... Oh, I almost forgot to mention. How do we find out that this game you can feel, like, actual pain? He stubs his toe.
Which I think is...
Yes, and that sounds awful.
It sounds awful, but it was a perfect way to show it. And
Then she hits him in the head with the door.
yeah, and
And then the brother character pops in and he's like, hey, you're my best friend. We made a promise on a tree. Remember that?
Yeah, they start overloading him with all kinds of random, like, out of context information, and he's just expected to roll with it, and the game doesn't do anything. It just drops him in after the goddess dialogue, and then...
He was told by the goddess to go to a certain castle beyond the town. He says this to his friends. They have a panic attack and tell him, no, you can't do that! No!
you can die if you do that shit, man!
Yeah, and so he goes, it'll be fine. Tries walking out the room, gets tackled, and then the best friend character, the dude, starts beating the crap out of him.
And he's like, what?
And he's like, why? And he's like, if you're this weak, then how could you even possibly fight a goblin? And he's like, I'm sick of your shit, boy! And he punches him in the chest.
No, he
and
tackles him.
He tackles him.
Tackles him to the
tackles him
ground.
mid-eating an apple with a knife, and then somehow the apple slice falls off the knife, and the knife just goes straight through his throat.
And the sister character,
Loses her shit.
very, very rightfully loses her shit and goes after him to kill him because, like, he runs away.
Yep.
He's just like, be really sorry about this!
I am forever guilty!
She chases him throughout multiple areas, I guess.
Of the starting town.
And he ends up losing her in a alleyway. Once he loses her, the store owner meets up back with him once more and goes like, yeah, no, isn't this game awesome? Like, oh, I'm assuming, like, you must have went out with your friends to pick out some apples, right? Not exactly. Ah, you slept with her, didn't you? Not at all. Oh, don't worry, I'll just read your tag to figure out what happened. You killed your best friend. Game over. So,
And then it plays the f***ing opening!
And all it says is, I hate you, but I love you, and then there's just ass shaking all over the place.
yes, and it's just fan service, the opening.
Fan service the opening with the worst set of characters that I've ever seen for it. Because context matters.
Let me
1, the cougar. 2, the girl that you killed her brother. 3, the sister of the main character. And 4, this one...
Okay, she doesn't shake her ass, but
like,
every other girl on screen does.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, no, then there's the one woman who looks like she's a boss, I guess.
like an enemy
the
in the
chick
game
with the
or
sharp
something like
teeth.
that.
Yeah, the lady with the sharp teeth and the sharp blade.
And
who,
the very minimal clothing.
literally, it is just spaghetti. She's wearing spaghetti. That's it.
But like,
Italian.
But
No,
one
it's
long
spaghetti.
strand of spaghetti.
Yeah, one long
Like a
strand of
belt.
spaghetti that just wraps around her entire body. No, oh, sorry, not her entire body. Certain parts.
Yeah. Fan service is acceptable to a point. And this show fully destroys that line. and goes all over it.
But also, to be fair, I think we are being a little harsh on this show because we only watched the first episode and we're kind of bashing it. But this was a pretty god-awful first episode.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not how you start. That's not how you do a pilot.
Let me give out my questions real quick. Okay, first question for each of you.
Uh-huh.
So, Jinzu, what did you think of the main character?
He was just another flat, bland main character who's just there.
Basic bitch.
Basic bitch who's tired of everyone shitting on him. He just wants to be, the Chad in his little video game.
Yeah.
but he can't do that, so he gets upset. Which I think at that part I think is good. But everything else is boring. His character design is boring. What he goes through is boring.
His quote-unquote trauma.
His trauma is very briefly touched up upon, and it doesn't look like it affects him at all. He's just there.
Yep, Mayhem. Same question. What do you think of the main character?
There was a point in the opening where it cuts to him just reacting to everything happening around him in a shocked expression. That was me just seeing him make the worst decision. That was me watching the show and him making the worst decisions ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite accurate. Okay, next main character that I gotta mention. Okay, what do you think of the store clerk?
You mean the cougar?
Yes. Mayhem,
You mean
you'll
the con?
answer, Mayhem, you will answer this question first. What do you think of the store owner?
Weirdo! That, like, it's one of those people that, Jinzo, you know exactly what I mean when I say this. Somebody that's really into a game and really wants you to get into that game.
So Jinzu...
And we'll call you into getting that game.
Yeah.
So Jinzu, what do
Or
you
just
think
buy
of the
it from
store owner?
What do I think of the story? I think her character is a little interesting, but I don't know. We only watched the first episode. There's only so much you can take. She has. I just don't like her weird character design, or like how the body proportions are all messed up. Her back literally looks broken.
Yeah, no,
Like-
there are shots of her with her back so completely
Like
bent.
she gets a side profile view, and her back is literally bent like at a 45-degree angle.
But her head is still, like, in a normal position. And it's like,
And then her
that's
boobs
full-on
are-
scoliosis.
her boobs are everything on her top body. That's it.
Like, you don't even see where her ribs start.
Okay, well, we got that character out of the way. So, next most important character, obviously. What do you think of the sister character?
She literally,
She-
in the first
they-
episode, she literally just showed up, and it was like that part where she was doing her laundry.
Literally, that was like the worst character introduction I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like, why does he go into the laundry room? Why he just opens the laundry room, half naked sister. He freaks out because there's an anime protagonist.
The next very important character, the best friend character in the video game.
Oh, yeah.
Jinzu,
My
you
friend's
first.
a idiot!
Jinzu, you first.
I feel like I can't say much, but other than I think the character was hilarious because he just shows up, is like, "What's up, best buddy?" What? And then punches the shit out of the main character.
What'd you say?
What was the main character's name again? Hero.
Hero.
It was literally Hero!
Well, what about his sister? What did you think of the sister?
I thought she was cute. She was like she just seems like a innocent, naive young girl, and then she reacts appropriately when her brother gets stabbed through the throat.
I'll kill you!
Okay, what about you, Mayhem? What did you think of the siblings?
It just, that was like the best way to introduce like the NPCs not being NPCs.
Yeah.
Like regular NPCs.
Watching them talk in front of him.
They talk about him in front of him. They go, he must have hit his head really badly because he's gonna go out and do that and he can die.
What do you think of this show as a game? What do you think of the game?
I like the concept of making a game that's literally like you're actually there. And
Yeah, the hyper reality was good.
yeah, like that's
Or ultra realistic, whatever.
yeah, that's funny to me because then it's just like, yeah, who would actually play this?
Oh, I can stub my toe and feel it? No, I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
Oh, he decked me in the face and my nose is bleeding? I think I'm good.
I'm gonna drop this title.
I'll take getting nuked in a random 2D video game and just being like, well, now I'm dead.
I'd rather
Yep.
trade this in for store credit.
I'd
Turns out you go to a different store, turns out that's the only copy of it to exist.
rather get my $100 back.
Yeah, just there you go. I guess I ought to ask you the most important question when it came to this show. Would you like to watch some more?
Maybe
Nah.
not,
Nah, I'm good.
because there are better shows out there.
Got it. In that case, I'll just ask this last question of, what are your final thoughts? Jinsu, you first.
Interesting characters. The only character I don't like is the main character. The world is realistic. I don't know, there wasn't enough context given like throughout the story. Like they kept alluding to things and it was just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, very bad first episode, basically. Mayhem, general thoughts.
The setup for this pilot, for this show, wasn't what it needed. That I'm pretty sure if somebody were to say, oh, it gets better after you watch this many episodes or something like that, I don't doubt it.
No.
The problem is that the first episode was very bare bones and just not a good setup.
I think if the show started with him going into the game and then having all that crap happen and then him being like, okay, let me explain what just happened. Then I think the
Like
story would've-
flashbacks. Like,
Yeah.
that's where flashbacks would be good. Because usually I don't like flashbacks, But this time, after seeing this, I actually see what it could be done to make that experience better. And then, like, the reveal that the fairy is the store owner, something like that. That would have been like, sort of thing.
I'll say this. There you go. This is our review of Full Dive. Man, that sucked.
A very limited knowledge review.
I give it a 2 out of 5. No, 10.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
I'll tell you right now that I went ahead and watched the first episode before them just to get an idea. I couldn't watch anything past that because I was like, wow, that was so bad. And like, I was like, I can see potential here, but I can also see some complete horror here. Oh yeah, no, I'm giving this like 4 out of 10 with the hope that it gets better.
2 because of the fan service.
The bad fan service.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Remember, it's out!
Okay, now to make you watch Sword Art Online.
No, we're not watching Sword Art Online.
Oh, you guys are still here.
Maybe they want more videos.
No. Or?
But we have a few videos on screen now.
Oh, and if they're still here, I know that they could like and subscribe.
They could do that. And maybe check out our Twitter, @GreenVillain22. Or maybe check out our Instagram, @TheGreenVillains.
We even have a Twitch that you can check out, the Green Villain stream.
What are you guys waiting for?
I don't know. They should check all that out.